Greetings, sunshines and sunnies. It is I, Queen J Lotus, King Sunkiss, coming at y'all right quick, right fast, maybe, for some messages for the loud feminine. What is the loud feminine you say? I'll give you some examples. So, some examples, for better or worse, are a K Michelle type energy, a Left Eye from TLC type energy, Tamar Braxton type energy, Jennifer Lewis type energy, Tasha Smith. That would be Angela from Why Did I Get Married? That type energy. The loud feminine is the feminine energy that is unapologetically, rightfully, and reasonably loud. No matter where you are, no matter what is going on, your emotions and the volume and intensity of your voice fit whatever it is. Ain't no conformity about it. You feel me? If somebody done slapped you in your face and it hurt, you gonna give a loud feedback about it, okay? If somebody does you wrong or you go through something crazy or you witness something that is out the way and something to be passionate about or, emotional about or whatever, what have you, you're gonna express yourself. You are going to tell your story, okay? Ain't nobody gonna silence you or convince you that you wrong for saying what you see and expressing what you feel. These are feminine individuals who inevitably speak their speech and speak it loudly, making sure that what needs to be heard is indeed heard. What needs to be said is indeed said. And what needs to be confronted is indeed confronted for the productivity and greater good of it all. And or even just to be an example, one way or another. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into, and I'm going to do it a little differently today. I'm going to shuffle on camera, okay? This ain't gonna be no pick a card. This gonna be me. Interesting. This gonna be me going through. This gonna be me going through using the 4 select decks that I have here that I chose specifically for this reading. I got more than 4 decks. I just chose 4 specific decks for this reading here. We're gonna start off with the Neon Love Oracle. And it's already some cards and messages that done flipped out, showed themselves, and is leading in some interesting directions. So, well, purify the cards is what we're doing here. Purify. Power sign 3 times 3. Make it be, make it see. Purify this reading, these cards, my hands, our messages. Third eye, divine lead. By the power sign 3 times 3. Ooh. Make it be what it is. By the power sign 3 times 3. Purifying cards in this reading, divine lead. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Okay. 3 times 3. Make it be what it is. This card, 3 cards reading. It's purified, divine lead. Yes, we are clear. We are clear for takeoff. All right, so I ask and respectfully declare and demand for most needed messages at this time for our loud feminine. Okay, we got 4 cards that fell out. I'm gonna go through them as we may. I must also note that everybody does not have loud feminine energy. So this is a very special type reading. That's also why I gave the description and such in the beginning. So some people may function in a way that is outside of the loud feminine, even though they have loud feminine energy. So if you end up resonating with this reading, despite feeling like this is something brand new to you, it just is given that your loud feminine is being evoked out of you, that it's come for the time and the place for that part of you to wake up. So yeah. So the first card that we have here is slow down. Again, these are messages for the loud feminine and loud feminine energy. Okay, so we have slow down. It might be flipped to y'all, but we'll see what happens. So either way, it says slow down. This is one of the stock cards from the Neon Love Oracle. It says you're moving way too fast for me and it's scaring me. So the way this is coming through and resonating is that a lot of the loud feminines are feeling out of their comfort zone, way out of your comfort zone. It's given like one of the Rebel Oracle cards say it's dark and you can't see a thing. So much is new to you and you feel like so many changes are happening all at once, everywhere, everything all at once, and so freaking fast, and you are wanting things to kind of woo style, but at the same time you don't want to end up blocking or mistreating your blessings type shit. And so all the while with that said, this is spirit saying that you need to retreat back to self and slow down. You are the one that needs to slow down. The universe don't need to slow down. Divine realm and all of that don't need to slow down. You need to slow down and be compassionate with yourself and be more caring with yourself, be more tender with yourself, and be more honest with yourself and allow yourself to listen to, I'm hearing your body, as well as listening to your emotional state more. If you stop and smell the coffee, stop and smell the roses more, you will better balance your nervous system amongst allow yourself to really be in the moment to see things for what they are, and help yourself to not be overwhelmed by everything that's going on. Because given that you're feeling overwhelmed, because it's like you're realizing that you're in a new cycle, but a part of you is still trying to move out of survival mode by habit. So you need to mindfully make the decision to stop moving in survival mode. It's one thing to, so yes, this is coming through, like be independent as a desire. You need to restructure your mindset surrounding independence and make it more of a desire as opposed to a response out of fear or a trauma response or something like that, because it's coming up like this mentality that, yeah, and this is very prominent, what Spirit is saying, it's very prominent with loud feminines, because loud feminines tend to attract people who try to silence them with gifts. So you start speaking your speech, you start saying what you need to say, you start calling people out on your shit, and they start being like, well, I bought you this and I did this for you, how could you talk to me like that, da 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 da. And so it's very common for it to have a response of, fuck that, I'm gonna always be independent, I'm gonna always make sure I got my own shit so that nobody can hold anything over my head, which is, reasonable, is wise, is responsible at the same time. Spirit is warning against getting stuck in, the fear-laced response, because you have that response essentially because you feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? You may not be like, oh my God, like fearful, but you're having a rightful response to feeling threatened by such rhetoric and such possibilities. However, it's just highly important to not get stuck in that functioning and reacting to that out of fear. You want it to be more so a desire and a self-love language. You take care of yourself and you're independent because you want to, because that's a part of loving yourself and respecting yourself, not because you're always on the run from something or trying so hard to prove something to somebody else or even try to prove something to yourself. Be independent because it is a love language, not so much so out of defense or even offense type shit. Okay. Another part of this is balancing the throat chakra. If you have a mate or you have like a love interest of any sort, they and the relationship and even yourself is needing for you to balance your throat chakra. So this is either you needing to speak up more about what you want and or what you like about your mate and what's working for you when it comes to them, and or you being a bit abrasive about something that you want, and then needing you to like kind of come from more of a, like, don't silence yourself, but more so kind of bring some creativity in how you communicate, because especially being a loud feminine, you don't have the ability to conform. However, you can be more creative in the way that you communicate, and that is something that'll help people receive you better, and listen to your expressions and your messages and what you have to say more and better, and not misunderstand you so much, basically. So yeah, the next card we have here is situationship, and it's in reverse. So we got the situationship card in reverse. It reads, I don't think we need to label things or define our relationship. So the reason why it's in reverse is because, and this is going back to people who have who are either in relationships or you have some sort of love interest, things of that nature. And so the ties are changing from where you don't really care about the labels, or you have this like mentality like, oh, however it turns out, just how it turns out, I'm gonna always love this person, da da da. But you're starting to feel more like you care, like you do care how it turns out. And Spirit is saying there's nothing wrong with it. There's literally maturity, and it's showing that growth is happening, be it in yourself as an individual or them as an individual, or both of y'all as individuals, and or in their relationship altogether as a unit. So it's coming time where milestones are happening in the relationship. So it could be engagements on the horizon, and or if you've been dating somebody, y'all about to go ahead and put a label on it, make it official type shit, and or there is marriage on the horizon. So I'm picking up like, even if you already been engaged, or like y'all already had conversations of the nature, and like I said before, it was like, whatever happens, like, yeah, if that's to come down, I would want to do this with you, I would want to marry you, I would want to have a baby with you, I would want to move in with you, or take this trip with you, or move to this state with you, da 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 da. But now it's come time where it's like, this is something that I want to do, I genuinely want to do it, so let's go ahead and set it in stone, get it in writing, do all the things to make it official. Okay. Another aspect of this is tapping into the self-love realm of it all, where you're starting to not handle yourself so much as an afterthought, and not functioning so much so where you're putting other people in things where like, oh, after I do this and that job, or after I work these and that shifts, then I'm gonna take care of me, then I'm gonna get this massage, then I'm gonna be more tender with myself. You're starting to be like, no, I'm gonna be tender with myself before so that I can feel better when I'm doing these jobs, and then even more consistently, being more tender, love, and caring with yourself on a regular basis, so that you can feel better on a regular basis and be more restoring with yourself on a regular basis, and put yourself around more people who have that energy on a regular basis, instead of being like, well, after I do this and then I'll get to it and da 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 da. Like, no, you know, starting to put yourself first. Yeah, starting to put yourself first more, because you're like starting to finally grasp the concept of, in order to love somebody else efficiently, or in order to do these things efficiently, I have to be efficient with myself first. It's starting to really set in and make sense how that works. And I'm hearing, even if you have kids, and or I'm picking up like people who are the parents, like are the parents in the dynamic with their parents. Like, you're the child, but you're more of a parent to your parents type shit, one way or another. And so you're starting to put yourself more, you're starting to snap yourself out of overly sacrificing, and like I said, starting to put yourself first more, starting to learn how to say no to certain things for the betterment of yourself, so that things can fall into alignment better, be it short term or long term. And that is also coming with some feelings of guilt. It's giving mom guilt, dad guilt, parental guilt type shit. And so you need to release that. Spirit saying release that, release it to your divine realm, release it to the Most High, and or ask your divine realm to send it to whoever it is rightfully for. Okay, because there, you may literally have people projecting their guilt onto you. It could literally be your parents that are projecting their guilt onto you, and or certain other elders that are in your village projecting guilt onto you, and or guilt tripping you one way or another, trying to make you feel guilty about something. And or you may be in the habit of feeling guilty for telling people no, for putting yourself first, for doing for yourself first, and for even taking breaks, taking days off, things of that nature. And so Spirit is saying that y'all are needing to release that guilt. Okay, release it to the divine realm. Ask them to do with it whatever is in divine design, whatever is in best interest for your divine design and for the Most High's will and favor, etc., etc., etc. Okay, perfect time to move on to the next card, which is getting back to like those relationship milestone messages. So starting with like the self-love message of it all. So people are getting ready to move. Some people are getting ready to officially get their own spots. Okay, you don't know how it happens, how it's happening. Spirit is not telling me how it's happening, because they want it to be like a surprise and a miracle, something that is where you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, know that it's God that has moved in your life, and that has moved you for the best in your life, and that has come together and helped you make these things happen, let alone make these things happen. Because Spirit is wanting to emphasize that we are not alone, and Spirit is wanting to emphasize that we don't have to do everything on our own. Because this is given like a lot of us are and have been, one way or another, be it mindfully or mindlessly, struggling with the mentality of I don't do it, it won't get done type shit. And Spirit is wanting to come in and prove us wrong and say, no, if you don't do it, God will. Okay. And they're wanting to prove that by moving you drastically out of a toxic situation, a toxic living space, and or if you have like wounds around your sense of home, like even just the frequency of home, Spirit is coming in to improve that, and cleanse and raise and evolve and improve and restore that energy. But I am picking up that many of us are literally moving from a house, a home space, a living situation that is not the best for us, that's been holding us back, and moving us into our own space and or a new living space, period, that is more restoring, that is more fruitful and multiplicative, that is more divinely designed for us. And as far as like relationships specifically, people who are in relationships, have love, interest, and this and that, like I said, it's going back to those messages from this card that has to do with like making things official, solidifying things. So maybe making some agreements to officially move in with your mates, and it will like work out for the best of y'all. And it'll also help heal a lot of, I'm hearing, healing a lot of heartbreak wounds, as well as love and money wounds. So like drastically improving y'all's love and money frequency, y'all's heart chakra frequency. Okay, yes, God. I love that. Okay, we should be digging into the root chakra, the heart chakra, as well as the solar plexus and the crown. I love that. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else to be pulled off of here. I don't think so. So going on over to the immature card. So right now I'm not really at a place in my life where I can fulfill the demands of a healthy relationship. So this is not for everyone. This is for very specific people. This is for very specific people. So take the meat and spit out the bone. Okay, this is for or some loud feminines to be honest with themselves that you're not in a position for a relationship, because there's a frequency of temptation going on here where you're feeling lonely, you're feeling like, you know, you've been enjoying taking time for yourself, but it's just like it's becoming discomforting at a point. You're starting to feel lonely, you're starting to like miss how it felt to be in a relationship, and or, you know, have someone, a cuddy buddy, and or, you know, whatever, what have you. And so this is Spirit saying that y'all are needing to stay committed to the knowing that you're still not ready for a relationship. Don't submit to that temptation and you know, fuck up your karma by wasting somebody's time just using them to fill a void, because this could also backfire on you and end up coming with a whole lot more than what it's worth. Like I said, because you're still in a place of healing. It's like growing pains. You haven't reached a certain level of maturity, and so there's like a toxic opportunity in front of you, and it's very tempting, but this is a warning. Don't do it. Don't do it, Mabel. Don't do it, because it's too in alignment with the wound that you're trying to fill the void of. So this could end up being a recreation of trauma. So, and it could be like, like, you know, so don't do it, Mabel. Don't do it, Mabel. Don't do it, Mabel. So yeah, that's all I'm getting off of that card. That this is just resonating for certain specific people that are single and are choosing to be single, essentially, because you know you need to work on some things. You know you got some specific things to heal before you know, try dating again or even having a situationship or whatever, what have you. Stay committed to that. Stay committed to yourself, because like whatever's meant to happen, let it happen naturally. Don't do it, Mabel. Just very simple as that. So very refreshing. We're on to our love and money cards. So let us see. All right, so we're on to the love and money cards. Oh, partner. Yes. Oh, whoa. We are clear for takeoff. And look at that. We got a nice little owl there, so that's not a coincidence. All right. Messages. Most prominent, needed, and desired messages for our loud feminine. We got 2 cards. Ooh. Goodness. Okay, so this is giving... frequency of temptation is very loud. Okay, so we got the trap card and no exit. Sounds very synonymous. Trap, no exit. So I'm gonna read it off. We got for trap, drawn to deceptive allure and ignoring hidden dangers. False promises of gain lure you into risky decisions. Masked risk presents itself as a safe bet. Trapped in a situation with no exit or escape, experiences a perpetual return of the same situations. Trapped in an infinite loop with no escape, engages in a Sisyphean. What that means is, I don't know how to say it right, but that word means like you push a boulder up to the top of a hill and it just rolled back down, and you just gotta do the same thing back over and over and over and over and over again. A task that never ends, a very draining task that never ends. So how this is coming up is that for some of y'all, this is a living situation. This is a living situation. So, this needs... Spirit is saying there needs to be drastic, mindful effort to move out, okay? Don't get lost in the sauce of the fears and the temptation to, like, get caught up in defeatist mentality when it comes to your living situation and things that are annoying you about it. This is also Spirit letting you know that y'all not crazy. There are some... not so what I'm picking up is these aren't evil spirits that are taking up space in the home, but they are draining spirits. They are spirits that are just parasitic, and they drain. So you've been experiencing a lot of lethargy or headaches and or like random annoyances and, you know, just random stuff that cause conflict, be it in your relationships or with your neighbors or, you know, anybody that you live with, or sleep disturbances and shit like that, or waking up with random scratches or waking up with like body aches and shit like that. You're not tripping. That's what this is giving. Like, you're not tripping. It's because essentially your home space is being haunted, and it's having to do with certain toxic individuals that have been let into the home, and they had stuff attached to them and they left it in the home. This could be like from people who used to live there. This could be from people who were invited over at one point or another. And for some of you, you're living with someone who has been in an elongated state of grieving to the point where it's like they're trapped. They've been trapped in a state of grieving, be it a relationship or old life, old identities, or literally the loss of someone. And so because they've been trapped in that frequency for so long, and this person may be a medium and doesn't like realize it type shit, hasn't acknowledged it, and so spirits attached to them, just a multitude of variants of spirits attached to them, and some of them are very parasitic and very negative and very draining. And this is because this person is very naturally spiritually in tune, but because they are not mindfully in tune with it, they don't acknowledge it, their spiritual hygiene is terrible. So they be attracting shit, and shit be like latching on to them. So this is giving like a need for a cleanse. This is giving like a need for a fast. This is like a need for a confrontation. The theoretic sense of turning the door into a window. or making a window out of a wall so that you can get out of this situation. Basically, about any means necessary type shit of getting out of this frequency, getting out of this living space. Because it's like, for some of you, too much has happened in this living space, and it's just constantly being haunted by that energy, and it can't be renewed until you remove yourself and nature take its course one way or another. Yeah. And so this is also having to do with the frequency of home, needing to cleanse your frequency of home, your sense of home, and things of that nature. Because it's given that, a lot of, I'm hearing domestic violence, people who've experienced domestic violence a lot, some of those frequencies are like still haunting you one way or another. Could be like PTSD. Someone is needing to, so I don't have like all the answers on this, but it's having something to do with CTE. Somebody's been hit in the head too much, be it from domestic violence or literally having gone to war. So it's something there that needs to be addressed as it concerns like symptoms of CTE, and having to like trailblaze some sort of treatment type shit. So that's something to think about. Take the meat and spit out the bone. But basically, this is like Eight of Swords energy. The trap is not real. The feeling of being trapped is not real. It's an illusion. It's people and things pulling and playing on your energy. It's giving like phantom trickster spirit type shit. So y'all are needing to, like I said, make a mindful effort to, by any means necessary, snap yourself out of it. And don't worry so much about how am I gonna make this happen, how am I gonna move on faith, not by fear, not by sight. Because y'all's faith and such, y'all's patience and such, it is being tested, and it's having to do with those miracles that God is trying to bring in. So it's kind of like creating and facilitating situations for you to question your trust in yourself, but not release trust in yourself. It's just to redirect your attention to putting more faith and trust in your divine realm, because they are trying to gift us with something and some things. They're trying to gift us with some frequencies of abundance and fruitful multiplication, and prove to us that we are not alone, even in a supernatural sense, be it good and bad, but for the good to outweigh the bad. You know what I'm saying? We don't learn enough about the supernatural bad shit. It's time to get into the supernatural greatness. Okay, that's what it is given. That's what that is given. So it's a call to do a lot of meditation for one. Y'all need to have a lot of sound baths on go galore. Y'all need to have y'all's incense, y'all cinnamon, your sage, your sandalwood, your warm sands, and bergamot and neem oil and all that shit in rotation. All the while be doing research on where you want to move, what you want, how you want your home to be, and even the sense of home. Do research on the spiritual sense of home, how to cleanse your spiritual home space. 3355, as I said it. So that's the number of alchemy coming together. It's the number of reflection. When you put the 3 and the 3 together, you get 6. You get the 5, it's a drastic change, and balance. You put 5 and 5 together, you got 10. It's new beginnings and celebrations, new celebratory beginnings that are everlasting and set in stone and divinely designed and aligned and facilitated and shit. So yeah, you put 6 and 10 together, you get 16. Big baby. Okay, and you put 1 and 6 together and you get the lucky number 7. Okay, so we got some good luck on the horizons, and it's concerning a lot of milestones. Okay, what's understood don't have to be explained at this point. Yes, God. Okay, let's see what else we got going. Let's sit on that. We're gonna go to the Sun and Moon Tarot. Hey now, we are cleared for takeoff. Boom, shakalaka. So it's especially being the fact that that card came out for the clear us for takeoff, it's giving some solar plexus things going on. So it's a lot of shit coming up, trying to throw salt in your game, trying to throw doubt in your frequencies, trying to get you to sabotage yourself, trying to get you to like doubt yourself, doubt your relationships, doubt your decisions, all that good type shit. And so it's a lot of solar plexus work and attention that needs to be done tenderly. Needed to pray for divine direction of your anger and how to express it type shit. Yeah, so let's see. Most prominent needed and desired messages for the loud feminines. We got one card, which is the King of Wands. So Spirit is saying big confirmation, big confirmation. You are on the right track. You're making the right decisions. Shit feels weird, and you can most certainly sense the bullshit, people trying to provoke you, people trying to pull you backwards, people trying to get you to sabotage yourself. And it's very supernatural. It is very supernatural. And it's because, again, those miracles and blessings that and surprises that the divine realm is trying to bring through, there are negative demonic type entities that are aware of that, and they're trying to run interference like a bitch. They know that they can't stop you for real. They know that they can't get anyone that can stop you, so they have to facilitate energy that would tempt you to stop yourself, that would tempt you to self-destruct, tempt you to self-sabotage. And so that's what those like pulls, and it is attacks being sent to your crown chakra and your solar plexus chakra as well as your sacral. And it's because these entities, it ain't even, it is some people, but it's definitely also some just supernatural entities that are indeed on the attack, and your divine realm is on the defense, and they are turning them every which way but loose. They just need you to stay focused, do your work, constantly make mindful choices and decisions to stay on the right track and stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize, honey, and don't get caught up in temptation to sabotage, to go backwards, to be pulled into senseless disputes and whatnot, because you know the loud feminines are a group that are meant to fight. We are meant to be confrontational, okay? And that's why those messages came up about there's need to pray for divine direction of the anger. Because it's not that you're not meant to get angry, it's not that you're not meant to speak out or defend yourself like talking about. You're just having to do it differently now. And that's also why it feels so weird, because you know you're having to do it differently, and you also find yourself naturally doing it differently, and you're like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And so in certain ways, it's making you question yourself, it's bringing up, you know, certain feelings and frequencies of imposter syndrome. And like I said, there are negative entities that are wanting to take advantage of that natural sense of doubt that can come through when you are going through such drastic changes. Okay, so you're not wrong for like, this is spirit constantly saying that your feelings are valid. Just be aware that there are entities and there are people that are constantly waiting in the shadows to take advantage of that. So you need to stay in tune with your star player. It doesn't mean don't be vulnerable. It means be strengthfully vulnerable. It means pray for more clarity on who you can be vulnerable around, who is best for you to be vulnerable to and around. Strengthfully pray for strengthful and discerning vulnerability. And like I said, pray for divine direction of your anger, so that you don't end up getting caught up in senseless conflict that is traps, that are traps for you to sabotage yourself and sabotage your progress and sabotage what the divine realm has on the horizon for you. It's also, it's like with this drastic change and everything with this King of Wands, it's a solidification that you have quantum leap, you're in a new cycle. So it's more so a time and a place for you to have people that fight for you to function more like a commander-in-chief, the person that knows the time and the place to send out the troops. And you don't have to break a sweat, you don't have to compromise yourself. You got people for that, or you got spirits for that. You ain't gotta wish bad on nobody. You ain't gotta even really say nothing. Just acknowledge, pray for divine direction, and boom ticky, boom ticky, boom ticky, boom ticky. So again, you on the right track. And okay, stay in tune with your star player, because there's definitely some people and some entities that is trying to trick you out your fight, that is trying to get you to fall into traps to sabotage yourself, because it's given, and I'm gonna say this in simple terms, it's given that the devil has been hard at work. The devil has tried so many times to send people to try to stop your shine, to try to stop your journey, to try to intervene with your divinely designed destiny. And they finally got in the picture that can't nobody else stop you. Can't no external forces stop you. You that fucking powerful. The only person or entity that can take you out is God and yourself. You that fucking powerful. Well, you can't be fucked with by nobody and nothing but God and yourself. So that's why they've been going ham, trying to get you to sabotage yourself and self-destruct and take yourself out of the game. So that's why it's heavily important to stay in tune with your star player, stay focused, keep your eyes on the prize, stay committed, okay? You know, progress, not perfection. All the while, stay focused, okay? And this, again, is confirmation that you on the right track, okay? So, like, for instance, what Spirit is saying is, like, if you've been on a workout plan, or if you've been on a fast, or you've been trying to change your eating habits and the stuff that you consume, or even you've been trying to shift the people that you hang around, you've been trying to change things or balance and modify the type of content that you take in and indulge in and things like that. If you go a week doing real good on your fast, and then for one day, you know, you have a cheat day or whatever have you, and you know, maybe you like fall off the wagon and say, don't beat yourself up about that. You're human. Like, you need a little bit of everything. So it's great. Like, give yourself credit. Okay, give yourself credit, you know, for the week that you went on your fast and you did the things, and allow yourself the reward of having a cheat day here and there. It's okay. Cause like, it's being real with yourself, essentially. And if it's meant for you to build up to go 30 days without sugar and this and that, you'll get to that eventually, and you'll get to it more efficiently and more in longevity if you are tender with yourself throughout the process. Have fun with it. Don't punish yourself. It's like bringing up how a lot of women end up using spirituality and religions and such to self-harm and they don't even realize it, they end up using the rhetoric and such like as if they're punishing themselves. And they start to like deprive themselves. It's like because it's also coming from a place of guilt. So that brings back up those messages that Spirit was talking about, releasing guilt so that you're not moving out of fear, you're not moving out of constant defense, and you're not moving out of guilt. You know what I'm saying? You're not constantly guilt tripping yourself for every little thing. You're rewarding yourself. You're loving yourself. When you want to change your nutrition and you want to change and modify and balance out certain things, that's an act of self-love. Okay? Reset, reprogram your mentality to do it from a place of self-love as opposed to punishing yourself for mistakes that you made. Like, I ate so much cake last year and now I can't have no sugar ever. Like, no, naturally you need sugar. And you need to, have leisure, have things that you enjoy. You need to eat to survive, but you also need to eat for comfort. You need to balance that. It just has to be balanced, So come from more of a place that is, I'm doing this because I love myself, and I'm doing this to reward myself for being me. Give yourself more credit just for being who you are, because who you are is committed to constantly being great and getting greater. So give yourself credit for that. You may be so like caught up in the loop of like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. You're supposed to be a good person. You don't get no brownie points for being a good person because that's what you're supposed to do. Like, no, you deserve brownie points for being great and making a conscious effort to be greater. And let alone facilitating environments and things that make life better and make life easier and more healthily embracing to people and different types of people and shit. So yeah, dog, yeah. So now we're getting to our final decking cards for this read. This is the Earth Warrior Oracle. So give me Stripe these cards. And this reading will be on Divine Lead. Yeah. Okay, give me. Okay, bet. We are clear for takeoff. We are clear for takeoff. We're clear for takeoff. Yes, God. We are clear for taking the thought. Bet. So, again, most prominent messages for Le Loud Féminin. Video. So, these are going to be much more simplified because of everything that's been given in the reading already. So these are just like, top off messages, like, some prayers and meditation and shit to leave you with. So I'm purposing these cards for this reading in particular. Often how they end up getting done. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. Anyway. But we got the number 7. It's the Lina card. It came out in reverse. The label on it is what shall be, will be. The reason why it came out in reverse is because a lot of you are still needing to balance out your nervous system and improve your sense of faith, improve your sense of patience. And there is no patience without faith. Okay, so yeah, so that's why I came out in reverse, because needing to work on the sense of faith, needing to improve your sense of faith, and break every chain from around your solar plexus, break every chain of doubt type shit. We also have the turquoise changing woman. So this is giving indications of healing from a lot of frequencies of abuse, healing from a lot of energy and experiences of abuse, chaos, and attacks, battles, wars is what it's giving. Because turquoise specifically deals in healing abuse wounds, specifically and mostly. A series of other things, but turquoise is heavily used and heavily symbolized when it comes to healing trauma concerning abuse. And this card is also coming up because it's given that those of us that resonate with this reading and this collective have this energy, the turquoise changing woman energy. And this is why we attract so many people, and specifically people who are wounded and or are looking for healing, who want to trauma dump, who want to just come and charge up off of us and whatnot. They naturally feel open to expressing themselves to us. You may have even dealt with a lot of people coming up to you like, hey, can you hide this for me? Or hey, can you drop this off for me? And it's like, they like come to you and kind of want you to be accomplice in their crimes and shit, because you have an innocent energy. And this is also why we attract people who like to project their guilt a lot. And it's because we radiate the frequency of innocence. We radiate youth. We radiate liberated, loud, feminine energy that is so pure, so healing, and that evolves fast. It evolves fast because it is turquoise energy. It's fiery aquatic energy that is so supernaturally healing. And so that's why a lot of us are being put in these positions to call our energy back and to use more of our energy for ourselves, because we're needing to learn that, like, just because we are abundant in this energy doesn't mean that everybody deserves it, and it doesn't mean that we need to just be giving it away all the fucking time. It's giving up Gucci, and it's an interview that he did where he was talking about because I think he's diagnosed with schizophrenia, and a part of his schizophrenia is that, like, when he would be having episodes, he would just be giving away money, giving away materials and things that he had, giving away cars, giving away TVs, just giving stuff away, just, being overly excessively given to people. And that's like what Spirit is bringing up here. And specifically pointing into the direction that is coming from like a frequency of guilt, feeling guilty for being abundant, feeling guilty for having a lot one way or another, even if it's not materialistic, it may be energetic. It's definitely energetic the way this is coming up. So feeling guilty for having a lot and feeling like a survivor's remorse type thing. Because I have a lot, I gotta just give. I gotta always make myself available. I gotta always make myself prominent, and I gotta always, save everybody and give this and that. Gotta overplay a part, and it's like coming from this place of guilt. So it's a whole lot of messages calling to action to evaluate, heal, and release these frequencies of guilt, this survivor's remorse, this successful remorse type shit. Is bringing up Glorilla. It's giving up Glorilla. It's also bringing up Meg the Stallion and making peace with the fact that some folks are just gonna always choose to be mad, and you have to focus more on what's great about you, so that you can always recognize who is truly for you for real and what is truly for you for real. Because it's gonna like always be people trying to trick you out your spot, because they're gonna be constantly fucking around and finding out that can't no external forces fuck with you. You can't be fucked with. Mrs. can't be fucked with. Mr. can't be fucked with. Okay, like, and so they're gonna always be trying to like set up traps for you to destruct yourself. And so you gotta stay in tune with your star player. You gotta stay in tune with your divine realm and plan for that divine direction. Praying for that divine direction of your anger and your emotions overall, as well as releasing frequencies of guilt, because it's given like you may always have people that are constantly trying to make you feel guilty for being great, guilty for being successful, guilty just for existing and being yourself. So yeah dog, let me find these cards so I can get to these prayers. Because also, hold on, let me just go ahead, because my charger right here, and we got the things that we need for the dude. Baby, get in there. Okay, yeah. Okay, so starting with the Lena card, number 7, lucky number 7. And do your research on Hathor, the African goddess Hathor. She's a feminine goddess of fertility, and she's also very prominent in healing feminine traumas. So things that have to do with sexual abuse and oppression towards feminine energy. Okay, what's coming up here at trigger warning, just always know it's a trigger warning dealing with me. Anyway, but some people are needing to do specific guilt cleanses as it concerns having had an abortion or having had abortions. There's a specific, someone or some people are needing to do specific guilt cleanses and releases concerning that. I'm hearing God is not upset with you. It's going back to those messages of like the King of Wands, where it's like the confirmation that you're on the right track. You're not being punished. God is not upset with you for having made the decision to do that. So yeah, getting into the Lena card, number 7. What must be shall be. You have beautiful dreams and inspired bold ambitions. You are guided to believe that they are a natural expression of your soul, something that is meant to be. Life will support you in the expression of those dreams and ambitions, even in the moments where it seems to be struggle, rather than support that you are experiencing. The process for transformation into full maturity. Remember the immaturity card came out. It's not a coincidence. Okay, so yeah. The process for transformation into full maturity involves learning how to grow through light and through darkness. Back to light again. You will always find your way back. Big world, but you got it, baby. Find your way back. You will always find your way back to the light. Have faith in yourself and what must be. Dedicate yourself to what you love without hesitation. Okay, and we're gonna skip on over to the healing process, prayer, meditation, affirmation part. Okay, and it reads, say this prayer aloud. I call upon the wild grace of the sacred feminine and give gratitude for your wise and loving assistance in my life. I accept your blessing to fulfill myself. I trust that you will show me the signs and impress upon me the guidance that I need so as to feel reassured, focused, and committed, okay? Help me and all beings fulfill the plan that Great Spirit intends for us and has placed in our hearts. Only the goodness of your wisdom prevails, and every darkness leads me into greater light. So be it. Okay, it also goes forth to say, if you can spend a little time reflecting in nature, reflecting, remember that word came up, too, yes, God. If you can spend a little time reflecting in nature, do that. It can help you remember the cycle of life and have faith that the earth knows how to support life with brilliance and care. It goes forth to say, finish with this short prayer to your own soul. My dear soul, you know what you are doing and how to grow in harmony with divine genius and sacred purpose, even when my conscious mind does not understand. Moving in faith, not by sight. Moving in faith, not by fear. Okay? You know when I do not know, so I choose to trust you, and this brings me peace and comfort now. I trust you. It's God. Place your hands in prayer at your heart and bow your head. Allow yourself to sense, feel, and or intend to recognize the unlimited expressions of love from Great Spirit for you. It emanates all around you, towards you in all directions, and shines from within you outwards in all directions. So much love, support, and light is bringing comfort and reassurance to you now. Yes, God, I'm gonna go ahead to, I don't know how to say this word. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I'm gonna sound it out, okay? It is Estanalehi. 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 That's this card. The number 2. Estanalehi. Okay? If you know the way to say it and I ain't say it right, honey, baby, just let me know something. Learn me something, okay? Or something. Don't talk about me, be for me. Okay, so my interpretation and perception of how this word is pronounced is Estanalehi. Okay, Buski. And that is turquoise changing woman with the number 2. Okay, it's the number of unity. It's a love number as well, number of partnerships. I am the turquoise moon mother, and I come to you now with a message of change. This may be change. Okay, change done came up thoroughly today as well. Okay, and I come to you now with a message of change. This may be change that you want or change that you feel, but either way, I will show you how to use this change to become stronger, wiser, better, much better, and more empowered to fulfill your divine destiny. The divine destiny word, okay? The divine destiny phrase, words, and all of that. 10101. Just flash as I'm saying it too. The divine destiny phrase that came up several times as well, so it's not a coincidence. It's very much so confirmation. Yes, God. Do not fear the changes around you and within you. Trust in the timing of what is happening in your world. It's your world. If you know, you know. All right, we're gonna skip on over to the prayer, affirmation, meditation aspect for this card. Find a comfortable place to sit quietly. Say aloud. Through unconditional love, I am blessed and empowered to grow through change. All that I need to evolve into the next expression of my divine destiny is generously provided for me. I'm gonna say that again. All that I need to evolve into the next expression of my divine destiny is generously provided for me. Hey now, I surrender into divine blessing for renewal now, open to receive my highest good. So be it. Okay, that part. Okay. We have. Hold on, let me see if I need one to read that. Okay. Take a moment to center yourself in your heart. Are you open and willing to receive a divine blessing? Can you allow yourself to become clear and receptive, trusting in what will be granted? That's in alignment with the message that was coming out about the surprise and miraculous blessings that the divine realm is trying to bring through. Okay? Reward! So let's give into worse this over, honey. And the best and your rewards are here and everlastingly flowing to and for you. Yes, God. All right. When you are ready, you may wish to mirror the pose depicted in the card image. I'm gonna show it to y'all once more. You can take a screenshot if you need to, because it has like direction on, you know, having an option to mirror the pose depicted in the card. Okay, and it says by placing your own left thumb on your forehead for a few moments as you extend your right arm out, palm facing upwards. You don't have to think. All you need to do is breathe and be, as though divine blessing is flowing through you from the divine mother and into the world. Okay, so you can take the screenshot if you need to. If you need and desire, you can go ahead and take that screenshot. Okay, allow your gaze to become soft and diffuse. And when you are ready, close your eyes and relax. Stay in that relaxed state for as long as it feels right to you. You may wish to chant, to meditate, or even to fall asleep. When you are ready, awaken and ground yourself with some physical movement. Just dance. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? I'm standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me. Yes, honey. I believe it's about that time where I remind y'all, you give a man a fish, but eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, but eat for a lifetime. Y'all go fishing, baby. And with all that being said, child, if I do say so myself, honey, I have milked this calendar, right? And I am thoroughly appreciative for the exchange of vibes. And if you feel synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless that comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you in all ways, light, love, healing, and liberation. Emphasis on liberation. Mwah.